Okay, and I'm live. Hello, boys and girls, cats and dogs. I really hate this angle. I need to fix where my camera is, or my computer is, because it just doesn't look good. Let's see. Let's see if this helps a little bit. It doesn't really help a bit, does it? Not a bit. Nope. Nope. Okay, let's see. So who's here? Hey, Leanne. Good to see you. I'm just playing with camera angle right now. Let me see if this helps any. Let's see. Hey, Frenchie. It's not really any better, but I'm going to leave it as it is. I was just playing with camera angle, and you know how that goes. So, how is everybody? What's going on? What's on your hook? What's in your cup? You know, all the standard ice-breaking questions as we still gather together. We gather together to work the knots, work the yarn knots out. Something like that. I don't know. I feel unprepared today, actually, but I don't know. Hey, no cups or hooks, sorting your yarn stash. Hey, Angela. Hey, Kenny. Hey, Roy and Becky. Wow. Nice to see everybody here. Very, very nice indeed. And, oh, gosh. I like being rated. Maybe I should phrase that a little differently. But anyway, it's fun to be rated. So we're still gathering together. Let's see. Let me show you one thing that's on my hook. Let's see. The other day on Instagram, I showed a new lace, a rectangular wrap. Now it's in the hands of testers, and the pattern will be available soon. I'm working on a triangular version of the same sort of a lacy wrap. That needs a lot more work. Another thing that's on my hook, if you remember, I did a Christmas spiral granny square blanket. I thought, why not do a spiral granny triangular shawl? What do you think? Won't that be fun? Probably won't be all that much fun to write up. This is based on the spiral granny blanket, which was a square, was a pattern from the Secret Yarnery. Okay. Stepped on my yarn or something. Got my yarn caught in my... That's not good at all. Okay, not touching that this hour. But anyway, that's what's going on with me. So I had 2 new patterns on Ravelry over the weekend, plus an additional pattern that I displayed on Instagram, and that's the one that's in the hands of testers right now. And actually, people are sending me pictures back already just to make sure that they've got like the stitch sequence correct, and they're going, does this look right? Does this look right? And it's one of those things that you have to do several repeats before it really does look right, but it works out really nicely. So I expect to have that one on Ravelry. I hope I'll have it by the end of the week. And then this triangular thing, I hope I'll have that one up soon too, but I don't know when. And then moving this little stand around, I got my yarn caught up in it, and now I don't know what's going on. Okay, there we go. Okay. So that is what's going on. Ah! Well, that was unexpected, wasn't it? Okay, what else is going? At least I didn't swear. Some of you might recall there was one time when I tried to do this on my phone, and the stand that I had the phone on went all wonky and fell over, and I swore a blue streak. It was not pretty. But, you know, I still might be monetized for this live stream. So let's see, what kind of announcements do I have before we get to our topic? Our topic today, by the way, is dad jokes. We had a really, really good time with that. I think it was about 6 weeks ago, 6 or 8 weeks. So I knew it was a topic that we had to bring it back with some kind of regularity. So announcements. Let's see, what have I got going on? My regular posting schedule. This is a topic Tuesday, every Tuesday at 2 o'clock Eastern. We used to go directly into Brenda the Newbie Crocheter at 3, but she's no longer doing her Tuesday 3 o'clock. So we just go as long as we feel like. Wednesdays at 6, we call it our Wednesday free for all. That is immediately following Granny D. She goes from 5 to 6 on Wednesdays. Let's see. Fridays, I try to post something. I won't even call it a rotating format because that implies a structure that isn't there. But I try to post something on Fridays. Saturdays, I used to do shout out Saturdays. They're suspended. I'll probably pick them back up in September. Sundays, I do my Sunday readings. Mondays, I have my Monday Men interviews with men in yarn. Those are some of my favorite things to do. And then we're back at Tuesday. On Labor Day, which is September 6th, I will be doing a marathon live stream. Because I like to do holidays because they're fun. And I have no life. And then I will have some giveaways on that that day, on Labor Day. Tomorrow on my Wednesday free for all, I'm going to practice or at least test the Nightbot giveaway functionality where it can like select somebody at random, and there will be somebody. There will be the availability of a free pattern as a prize. Speaking of patterns, I just put up my 20th pattern on Ravelry. I would love to have. Let's see. I think having 30 before the end of the year is a reasonable goal. I don't want to, bite off more than I can chew, but I think that's a reasonable goal. But anyway, tomorrow, as part of my, a sort of a celebration for my 20th pattern, I will have a discount code available that will only be valid tomorrow and will only be given during my, well, it will only be given out tomorrow. It will expire midnight tomorrow night. That will give anyone who wants to buy a pattern a 20% discount on Ravelry. But that's not until tomorrow for my Wednesday free for all. Anyway, here we are. Oh, another thing. I always forget to do this, and I feel bad about forgetting it. But I should always give a huge thanks to all of the supporters, the subscribers, the supporters on YouTube as YouTube members and Patreon members. And if you're interested in learning about that, Nightbot will be sending around a link for, there should be a join button at the bottom, and Nightbot will be sending around a link for Linktree, which will show a list of all of my links. And in fact, I will just trigger that right now. That will show a list of all of my links, which includes the Nightbot, or rather the Ravelry, the Etsy. I have some new merch on Etsy as well. I have patterns on Ravelry. I have merch on Etsy. I have Patreon. I have YouTube membership. I have PayPal. I have Cash App. I have 3 different blogs. I get around. No wonder I'm tired all the time. Let's see, what else? Was there anything else I wanted to talk about? That might be all. That might be all. It probably is all. Anyway, so today's topic, which I think was in the subject line, is dad jokes. We did that a little while ago. I'm always open. Anybody wants to suggest new topics for the future, hit me up. Anybody wants to suggest people I should interview for my Monday Men series, hit me up. I've gotten some really good suggestions from people, and I am always glad to get those. So anyway, if you have dad jokes, then hit me with them. What is going on now? I have a new source of dad jokes, which is an Instagram page called Dad Says Jokes. Really, it says Dad Says Jokes, DADSAYS jokes. So, I'm not seeing a lot of interaction here. What's going on? Have I lost people? I mean, I see the same numbers in the room, not seeing many comments. I don't know if people are listening or not. Let me just, if anybody wants to join me up here. Okay, I'm just now putting up the link if anybody wants to join me. Hey, Frenchie. So, I mean, we all know what a dad joke is. It's the sort of joke that makes you groan, that almost always comes from a dad. And since I'm old enough to be a dad, I'm old enough to be a granddad. Um, hey, Leanne. Oh, let me put on my earbuds since I now need to be listening. Okay. So anyway, here is my first dad joke of the day. What do you call an alligator with a law degree? A litigator.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, people hit me with your dad jokes too. So Kenny is here too. Which one of King Arthur's knights built the round table?
I don't know.
Circumference.
Go ahead.
That's the definition of a dad joke, because you're really embarrassed that it makes you laugh.
I'm just not in the mood to laugh, I think.
Oh, well, we got to change that then.
I just ain't in the mood.
Oh, well.
So let's come talk. Let's talk
Okay.
about something else.
Well, then what's going on with you? Oh, Frenchie says, skeleton walks into a bar, orders a beer and a mop. That's cute. Yeah, one of my favorites. A horse walks into a bar. Bartender says, why the long face? Here's one. My wife says I only have two faults. I don't listen and something else.
That's it? Or you forgot?
That's like an illustration of the two faults.
Oh.
The first one is I don't listen.
Well, it went over my head.
Oh, God.
Anything can go over my head. I'm telling you, I'm not the brightest person in the world.
What's the difference between a literalist and a kleptomaniac?
I'm afraid to ask.
A literalist takes things literally. A kleptomaniac takes things literally.
Cute. Very cute.
I knew I'd get a smile out of you.
Oh my God. That's a good one.
It's been months since I bought the book, How to Scam People Online. It still hasn't arrived.
Huh? I didn't hear you.
No, it's been months since I bought the book, How to Scam People Online. It still hasn't arrived yet.
Oh.
Hey, Kathy Kearns.
Oh, man. Anyway. Oh,
man. What do you call an airplane full of bald people?
Oh, God. What?
Receding airlines.
That's a good one.
So these are fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's another favorite of mine. What's the difference between Dubai and Abu Dhabi?
I have no idea, but I think I've heard it, but I can't remember.
People in Dubai don't like the Flintstones, but people in Abu Dhabi do.
Okay.
We all need a little silliness.
Oh, I'm silly all the time. I don't know. Whew.
So, anyone who's just joining us, we're all about dad jokes today. Normally, we would be totally, totally serious because we never see anything funny here. Normally, no. But
Yeah.
today, it's all about dad jokes. You know, the kind of jokes that make you sort of embarrassed that it makes you laugh, and sometimes it really hurts because it makes you
Oh man.
okay.
Oh boy.
Mm. So, did you say what you're working on right now? Oh, you're sleepy, are you?
No, well, not really. I'm not sleepy. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning.
Oh, you did mention that earlier, yeah.
Yeah. Um. So. Yeah. I've already finished. One shot, and the people, or a person. Well, I picked the name. What happened was I let them vote on it. Tell me the name what they think this show should have been named, and then I picked the winner. Well, actually, I drew the winner. I didn't pick it. I drew it because there's so good, so many good names. This is the new show. It's called the Peacock Show,
I like that.
and
I
it's
love the
made by
colors.
Sean the Ball Prism. I
Oh,
love the color.
wow.
But you can make it as long and as wide as you want.
I try to make my shawls because my shawls and my wraps are the things that sell the best on
Mhm.
Ravelry. And
Mhm.
I try to make them all so that you can just size it however you want,
Yeah.
depending
That's
upon how much yarn you have or
yeah.
just how large you need it to be.
But see, I make them for myself, so I like mine like this too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And now this I've started on, and this is shells, and this is called Title, and this is Red Heart, Unforgettable.
Hmm.
But all these is shells. I don't know why I'm hooked on shells. Don't ask me. I don't know.
Sort of like when I was hooked on like what I was calling the Alicia stitch, which was like an alternating, solid row with fillet
Mhm.
stitch with which I started to do on something else and I something else recently and I abandoned it. But I have to tell you though, I have a stitch book that a Fiber
Yep.
Floozy sent me, and I've
Uh-huh.
talked about it before,
I have.
and I've gotten so many great ideas from it.
What's the name?
If you hadn't asked me, I have it right here. Is this it? No, this is it. Indispensable Stitch Collection for Crocheters.
Yeah, I just got it.
And it's by
No, no, no.
Melissa Leapman.
Yes, I just got it. I got it on Kindle because I
Oh,
couldn't
yeah?
wait for the book.
Ah,
So I got it.
and it's really good. And it's got really good stitch diagrams. Um, and I really hate that I can't include the stitch diagrams in my own patterns because, of
Mhm,
course, those illustrations are under copyright, so I
mhm.
can't steal them.
No.
However, in going back and forth with testers, I have taken like screenshots of those stitch diagrams and said, "This is what I'm trying to say. Help me say it better."
Oh, okay. That's
And yeah, that has worked out
mhm,
well. Um, Especially, there was one in particular where I was not saying it very clearly at all, but with some back and forth with one particular tester and referring to the diagram, it came
mhm.
out well. And I wound up publishing that particular pattern this weekend.
Oh,
So
yeah, I've got to get that pattern out. I should be releasing it maybe tomorrow,
mm.
hopefully.
Okay, Frenchie says the name is appropriate with that color. Do you mean the title?
The name for her shawl, it's all those greens and blues. It
Mhm.
looks like a peacock.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that does sound that
yeah,
does
It
sound good.
it
Yeah.
looks like, the
a peacock.
cocktail.
Well, I'm glad that I'm glad it's called that. It's because I like the name too. Because I like it. That's how I'm going to start naming mine. I'm going to let somebody else name it.
Well, I started. Some of mine are named for people.
Uh-huh.
One of them, I will say, is named directly for someone who kept saying, "How do I get a pattern named for me?" And I kept saying, "Cash." And I never
Cash.
saw any cash, but I still named something after her.
Okay.
And then I tried auctioning off the naming rights for something, and I got no bids.
Oh.
But now that I'm monetized on YouTube, my highest membership level includes naming rights to a pattern, but nobody has bought that yet.
Oh, that's awesome.
But
Mm.
but anyway, it is what it is. I just the most recent ones have been using stitch patterns and stitch sequences that I got
Mhm.
from that one book from
Mhm.
Fiber Floozy. So then I have been naming them basically for the stitch
Yeah.
or something else. Or, a boring name. It doesn't need to be a flamboyant name.
No. No.
Uh,
You
that's a
don't.
lesson a lot of us take a long time to learn. Nothing really needs to be flamboyant. It doesn't matter what you're talking about. It doesn't need to be flamboyant. It can just be simple.
Yep.
So,
It's been.
anyway. Okay. Frenchie, do you have a favorite dad joke?
Well, I already told my go-to one.
Oh, okay. Okay, here's one. I have an irrational fear of attached residential dwellings. My doctor says I have an apartment complex. I told my wife your underwear are far too revealing. She said, wear your own then. My boss calls me the computer. Nothing to do with intelligence. I just go to sleep if I'm left unattended for 15 minutes. I've lost jobs for that reason, actually.
Dadgummit, I couldn't hear you. The plane was flying over right when you said it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I said, my boss calls me the computer. Nothing to do with intelligence. I go to sleep if I'm left unattended for 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Stupid plane.
So I'm just scrolling through this Instagram page, Dad Says Jokes. And some of them are even too silly to mention right now. Huh. I was really struggling to get my wife's attention, so I sat down on the sofa and looked comfortable. That did the trick.
Hmm. What is all that commotion going on?
Daniel!
Oh, oh my
Roy and Becky,
goodness. Hey, Daniel, thank you so much for the super sticker.
Roy and Becky's
Wow.
travels. What do you call an alligator in a vest?
What? An investigator? Okay, we
Well-
need an answer, Roy and Becky. An investigator, yeah.
Then don't get on my yarn again. You stay over there. Man,
Bad dad jokes. Yeah, well, they're all bad. Just
I mean, that's sort of redundant, isn't it? Yeah. Apparently, to start a zoo, you need at least 2 pandas, a grizzly, and 3 polars. It's the bare minimum.
cute.
said I was going to work on my yarn room for an hour, but I think this whole hour is going to be spent detangling this mess.
Ah, how do you make a waterbed bouncier? Use spring water. Daniel says, what did the big chimney say to the little chimney? What?
You're too young to smoke.
That's probably it, or something like it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Daniel, I will repost the link if you want to come up. Oh, hey, Julie.
Julie!
Julie, I'm using some of the red sparkly yarn that you sent me. Yeah, yeah. Uh-oh, Frenchie, you made Daniel mad. There's no telling what's going to happen now.
Oh, yeah, I'm
So,
sure. A mad
Julie,
dad is a terror to behold, I'm sure.
Julie, look what I'm doing with the red sparkly yarn that you made me. I'm making a triangular shawl that's sort of based on the spiral granny square, except it's a spiral triangular thingy. So that'll be a joy to write up, I know. So did you hear about the corduroy pillowcase? It's
No.
making headlines.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is it, Missy? Excuse me, not sure I muted in time there.
This is for all the geeks out there. I was once in a band called 1023 MB. I thought we had potential, but we just couldn't get a gig. A gig is 1024 megabytes. Never mind.
Oh, I got that one. I was just trying to picture the picture and
Just
get
trying to pretend it was actually funny. Just trying to pretend it was actually funny. Yeah, that's cute, Julie. Yeah. Okay, this made even me roll my eyes. Everybody knows where the Big Apple is, but does anyone know where Mini Apple is?
Minnesota.
Well, yeah, but the question is actually the
I don't know.
punchline.
I just can't.
No, the question is the punchline. I didn't
Okay.
say these were going to be funny.
I don't know.
If a Viking is reincarnated, is he Bjorn again?
Yawning. Don't you get close.
If Mississippi wore Missouri's New Jersey, what would Delaware?
Don't get close.
Well, when it's apple blossom time in Orange, New Jersey, we'll have a peach of a time.
Mm.
That's actually a song from a film that I heard Danny Kaye sing, and I don't remember the movie at all, but I remember the song. Hey, Granny D.
Hi, Granny D.
We're telling dad jokes, the kind that you're embarrassed to laugh at.
Hey, Granny D. Oh, these fibers are itching my nose.
Let's see. For her birthday, I took my wife to an orchard and we stood there looking at the trees for half an hour. Not the Apple Watch she was expecting, apparently.
Oh, wow.
Oh no. Where do bad rainbows go?
Bad rainbows?
Bad rainbows. Prism. Usually only a light sentence.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Oh, that's good, Julie. How do you make 7 even? Take away the S. I like that.
That's cute.
Oh my God. Whenever my wife is upset, I let her color in my black and white tattoos. She just really needed a color to crayon.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Julie has 2 cute ones there too. I actually used to go to a Mexican restaurant called Nacho Mama.
Oh. Oh.
Ah, the wedding was beautiful. Everyone cried. Even the cake was in tears.
Huh.
Hmm. This is especially for me. My doctor has advised me to stop drinking. It's going to be a massive change for me. I've been with that doctor for 15 years.
Oh,
My neighbor's wife still misses him, but him's getting better.
Well, you know the old one, of course. Yeah, my dog bit my wife, so we had to put her down. Gonna miss my wife.
yeah. Mm-mm-mm.
Ah, I'm a social vegan. I'm avoiding meat.
Yeah.
Julie says I like telling dad jokes.
Yeah.
Sometimes he laughs. I always take my problems to Tommy. He'll figure something out.
Yep.
No, it wasn't all that good.
He'll figure something out. Mm.
He'll figure.
Figure.
Tommy, he'll
Okay.
figure.
Yeah. Tommy Hilfiger. I got you now. It took
I
me a while.
didn't get
I ain't
that one.
heard from them. I ain't heard about them in a long time. They still sell clothes? I mean, they're still in business?
I don't know. I haven't shopped retail in years.
I haven't heard them.
I don't know. I mean, at one point, many years ago, when I was in the city, um, I was an office temp, and I worked in the offices of Isaac Mizrahi.
Mm-hmm.
And they told me about the assignment, and I said, I can't go there. I'm sartorially challenged. But they sent me there anyway, and there was only one time I saw the man himself, and I was in the copy room, probably making copies. I don't know. But he walked in and he saw me and he looked absolutely stunned that somebody who looked like me would be in his offices. Because I was, this, badly dressed, fat 20-something kid sending copies. Not exactly the image he wanted among his office employees. Aha! Julie says she was going to tell a time traveling joke, but we didn't like it.
Okay, thank you.
Huh.
I like that. Cute. That was cute.
What do you call a man who has finished digging? Doug. Doug was my dad's name.
Wow.
So.
He's cute.
Oh, Julie says, how much does it cost for Santa to park his sleigh? Nothing, because it's on the house.
Yeah, that's cute too. Cute for little kids to too.
Relating to the joke I told before, tequila might not be the answer, but it's worth a shot.
Yeah, I can use you right now.
I'm not going to tell that one.
Julie, what does a cloud wear? Underwear.
What do you call a dog magician?
Oh no.
A labracadabrador.
Labrador.
What do you call a sad strawberry? A blueberry.
A blueberry. Oh, well, that's cute.
Strawberries are my favorite.
I like
Strawberries and peaches.
I like
And the
peaches.
combination thereof, oh my gosh.
I like blueberries too.
Blueberries are fun, and I like raspberries and blackberries too.
Yep. Yeah. I like them. I like them.
There was one time I was at the grocery store, and you know how they'll have like these single serving cups like that are full of like berries and yogurt and things?
Mm-hmm.
So I got one that was like, I just got it on impulse. I didn't even look at the label. I didn't realize until I got it home that it was a whole pound of berries, but I ate it all at once anyway, and it was so, so good. But it wasn't very long before I realized I had eaten a whole pound of berries. If you know what I mean.
Unfortunately, I know what you mean.
But it was worth it.
Yeah. But I love fruit like that. I can eat them all the time.
I love peaches. I simply
They've got to be good.
adore
They've got to
peaches.
be good, sweet, firm, but not too firm, soft, but not too soft.
At that perfect stage of ripeness.
Right.
And so you can't get them like that at the supermarket. You have to get them at the farm stand.
Right. You have to go. Yep, it's where you have to go.
And even then, very often, stuff that I get at the supermarket, I'll just put it in a brown paper bag and let it sit for a few days. And
yeah, I've heard of that. That helps.
Yeah, usually it works. Sometimes there might be one or two pieces that will start to rot that way, but not always. Usually, though, it will work. I do that with tomatoes too, because you can't get good tomatoes at the supermarket either.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but I mean, even here in the Carolinas, where you would think you would get really good stuff all the time, not so much, because everything is seasonal.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, because back home, which that place shut down a long time ago, we used to have a good orchard, and their peaches was to die for, and their apples. Oh, their apples are so good.
there are some large farms in the southeastern North Carolina area that I didn't realize oh, look at that hat. That's cool.
Yeah, that's left is right. Fiber Spider's cloister shell beanie hat.
Is that a recent pattern?
A few weeks ago, like over a month ago.
Yeah, I must have missed that one, but I like it. I was probably
really
burnt out on hats at the time. I'm still burnt out on hats, actually. But
it doesn't really look good on me. So.
He called them oyster shells.
Cloister
shells.
Cloisters.
They're cloister like a church bell.
Yeah, they're cute.
I like that. I like everything that Fiber Spider does.
Oh yeah.
There was a hat that I was testing for him. I hope he's released it because it went off with my Hat Not Hate package. Which, by the way, Shira acknowledged on her Shira show, which I thought was lovely. I love it when people shout me out.
It's nice when somebody does it for you, ain't it?
Yeah. Do you remember a couple of weeks ago? I think it was on a Wednesday, and that week we had just had so much bad news in our community,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a very, very sad day. But I was able to share the good news that I had heard from this other non-yarn person whom I follow. He was sharing on his own live earlier that day
Mm-hmm.
that he and his wife were expecting their first baby.
Oh,
So we all, because we all needed some happiness,
yeah.
so we all got involved with that, and just last week I sent off the blanket that I made for him and for the baby. And I had enough yarn left over to make a tiny newborn hat.
Oh,
Um,
that's cute.
so I'm hoping if he, uh, I'm hoping he'll do it in one of his unboxings. He he's a British guy who does reaction videos to mostly American videos. He's fascinated by the U.S. God only knows why. But like food, customs, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he's done a lot of stuff about American foods, especially regional American foods. So, and he has shouted me out before, and he actually last week, I don't remember whether it was Tuesday or Wednesday, he did visit my live, which I thought was lovely. And then he went live later that day, so it must have been a Tuesday. But anyway, so I sent that package off, and I hope that he will show it in one of his unboxings. But he gets all kinds of packages from his fans. He has a buttload of fans in the U.S. And people are sending him like regional American foods all the time, the kinds that you can actually ship. Because of course you can't ship perishables unless you like have dry ice or something. And I don't even want to imagine what goes into shipping that sort of thing across international borders. But like regional, even with things like chips and candies and things,
Mm-hmm.
different parts of the U.S., different states get different things. Things closer to the Southwest, they get more Southwest seasonal things than we do here. Well, I'm in coastal North Carolina. You're in like central South Carolina, right?
I mean, Sumter. I don't know where that is. Sumter, South Carolina. That's all I know.
That's like close to Columbia, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would call that central South Carolina, yeah.
Okay.
Piedmont area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, to Columbia, then we are to Charleston. We're like an hour and a half away from Charleston.
Oh, okay. Okay. You're like between the two.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Did I tell you? I don't know if you were present when when I mentioned that I'm going in November. I'm going up to Black Mountain, just outside of Asheville, for another men's yarn retreat. It's just a Southeast regional thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And I'm hoping to be able to meet up with Melanie then. I'm sure that Asheville is probably a bit of a schlep for you and most of the other North and South Carolina people I know. But at least it would be great to meet up with Melanie because she's outside of Asheville. I'm not sure exactly where.
And when are you doing this?
It's in November. I don't remember the exact dates. I think it's mid-November.
Okay, I'll have to see what I can do.
But it would be fun. And because we have family there, my sister is going with me. So while I'm actually attending the retreat, she will be doing family stuff and tourist stuff. And also because I have never ever been to the Biltmore house. We're going to take a day trip there.
Yeah, I've never been there. So yeah.
And we have an aunt and a cousin and an uncle who left us last year in Asheville. So we want to spend time with them, even though the aunt is annoying. But isn't that the way with family?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But, you know, you got to do it anyway.
Yeah, you got to.
And, you know, she can be annoying and we can still love her. That's a lesson. That's a life lesson, isn't it? She can be annoying and we can still love her.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, I hope people learn that about me. Because God knows I annoy enough people. Let's see. Let's have another joke. I've just written a book called 50 Shades of Gravy. It's very saucy. Oh, that's too cruel. I won't say that. Oh dear. I had a dog named 5 Miles, so I could tell people I walked 5 miles. But today I ran over
smart.
5 miles. That's too cynical even for me.
Oh,
Hey, Julie, you got good news? Is that you got good news, or are you starting a joke?
Oh,
hey, Amanda.
I'm gonna go to the doctor. Oh, you're in Florence?
Oh, Florence. Florence, as we say.
It's not that far from me. Florence, I know where that is.
I went to college with someone from Florence, and I think she's back there now. There's a university there now.
For real?
A branch of the University of South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in North Carolina, you can't swing a cat without hitting either a small liberal arts related college or a branch of the University of North Carolina or both. So I think that it's probably similar in South Carolina. So I think there's a branch of the University of South Carolina in Florence, but I might be wrong.
Well, do share your good news, Julie.
We like good news.
She's about an hour away from me, I think.
Florence is probably an hour and a half from Wilmington as well.
Yeah, you're probably an hour away from me. Not that far.
Leanne, I think you were part of the conversation one day when we were talking about doing a North Carolina, South Carolina kind of meetup.
Yeah, me and Granny's supposed to heat it up.
And didn't we decide that the most central location might be south of the border?
Yeah, that's in the south of the river. But we can't go there. Can we?
Oh,
That's
wow, Julie.
very good news indeed, Julie.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Pamela.
Yay!
Yay!
Blood pressure.
Hooray for good news.
That's a great blood pressure. That's better than mine.
My blood pressure is usually low, so, you know, when it looks normal, I think, okay, what's going on now?
Yeah, mine's normal, but it's not that, I'm saying it's not high, it's just normal.
Yeah.
Hi,
So
Pamela.
we were just sharing some good news, Pamela, but we were also, for our theme for the day is dad jokes, you know, the kind that sort of makes you embarrassed that they make you laugh. Julie, that sounds good. I don't like numerical goals. I like just thinking of progress, not perfection. In fact, one of the best bits of advice I ever heard from anybody was to pay more attention to the kitchen scale than the bathroom scale. Because
Yeah.
if you focus on the bathroom scale, you mess your. Well, I can only share my own experience. If I
Mhm.
focus on the bathroom
Yeah.
scale, I mess myself up.
I don't weigh myself but once a month.
I don't ever do it. The only time it ever
This
happens is
one
when I go
time
to the doctor.
they
And
weigh me. Well, see, the only like I said, they weigh me once a month to get my infusion, so that's at once a month.
oh yeah, I mean, there have been periods when I was very, very sick,
Hmm.
and as part of that, I was retaining a bunch, a bunch
Yeah.
of water.
Yeah.
So that made my weight very high. It made
Hmm.
me look very fat. So looking at the reports afterward, all of them started with obese patient, obese
Yeah.
patient, obese patient. And then it's like, then once things got into regulation and everything was working, like within a month I lost 100 pounds of fluid.
Yeah, a fluid. Yeah, I did
Yeah,
too.
and of course they didn't see me then because
Hmm.
they didn't need to.
No,
So
mine was a drug I was taking for neuropathy,
uh
and it put on a lot of weight. And then as soon as I got off of it and got back on the other drug for neuropathy, I lost 10 pounds in 1 week. That was nothing but fluid. It blew me up, and that's all I've done is I've learned
hmm
how to eat, and I don't snack as much.
hmm
So that's all I do.
I don't have the appetite I once did.
Mm-mm.
I used to be a really tremendous binge eater. I mean,
Yeah.
I would eat like a gallon of ice cream at a time or a pound of cookies. But I mean, we're talking high volume binges, and that would not be enough. But not so much anymore. And nowadays, I probably don't eat enough.
I probably don't either. I don't really eat breakfast. I don't even eat lunch. I may eat some supper. I'm not hungry. I'm just not hungry right now. Um,
Yes, Julie, water is very important. I myself don't drink
I
enough
do drink
water.
coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. I drink coffee and water.
I drink iced tea. I drink I drink too much soda. I mean, I used to not drink very much at all, but since I've
I
been
haven't
living
had
with my
soda
sister,
in
there's a lot of soda.
4 years. Hadn't had soda for 4 years.
I think that's probably very healthy because I mean, you know, it's either the aspartame or the high fructose corn syrup. One or the other is gonna get
Hmm.
you.
And plus,
Mm.
I do take prednisone and stuff for the lupus stuff. And I do have medicine that can make me still gain weight.
I have honestly, I have some medications that are intended to duplicate um, what my failing liver is supposed to do, like
Hmm.
filtering out poisons. But the
Hmm.
thing is, with these medications, they're so nasty. The only way I can manage to take them is with a shot of booze.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Hmm.
I've had A storied life. So, and I'm not going to deny that at all. But you know what? 100 years ago, I would have been an old man at 58.
Anyway, let's get off this subject.
More dad jokes.
Or puppies or something.
Does anybody know where a guy can find a person to hang out with, talk to, and enjoy spending time with? Asking for a friend. I recently took a poll and found that 100% of the people in the tent were angry when it collapsed.
It took me a while to get that one.
Oh boy, that was funny.
I've got a German friend who's a sound technician. I've got a Czech one too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when I was visiting in Czechoslovakia. This little guy came up to me and wanted to hide. He said, "Can you cash a small check?"
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, bye-bye, Roy and Becky.
Hi.
Did you hear about the psychic little person who escaped from prison?
Tell us.
He was a small medium at large.
I was in a taxi the other day, and the driver said, "Do you mind if I put some music on?" And I said, "Not at all." He said, "Kiss?" I said, "Let's listen to the music first and see how we feel."
Oh man, that is funny. Oh man. Uh-oh, this must be a funny one.
Elton John. Elton John bought his pet rabbit a treadmill. Now it's a little bit bunny. No, a little fit bunny. I'm sorry, I said it wrong. It's a little fit bunny.
Bunny. Oh, okay. I got it.
I ruined it by not saying it right.
It's okay.
But that's
Well,
like
it's kind of
that's like my favorite Elton John song. Huh. It's a
well,
little
yeah.
bit
You're gonna.
funny.
Yeah.
The song of love. Ah! It's a shame nothing is built in the USA anymore. I just bought a TV and it said built-in antenna. I don't even know where that is. Ba-dum-bump. Ah! I like that, Julie.
Philip Flop.
Mm. Why should you never brush your teeth with your left hand?
I don't know.
Because a toothbrush works better.
Okay. That went over my head.
as opposed to your left hand alone.
Oh, okay, got it. See, it takes me a while, but I can get stuff.
Julie, which days are the strongest? Saturday and Sunday. The rest are weekdays.
Wah, wah. I returned my lizard to the pet store as he wouldn't stop telling dad jokes. The store clerk said, "That's not a lizard. That's a stand-up chameleon."
Chameleon.
I saw a man pushing a lion and a witch and a wardrobe. I asked, "What are you doing?" He said, "Go away. That's Narnia business."
Well, I'm just gonna go. I gotta go get things ready.
The difference that
Huh?
I
What?
like that, Julie.
Is everything? Okay, I got that. Yeah, I got that. Oh boy. I guess I'll see y'all around.
there are two
Well,
kinds of people: those who can extrapolate information from incomplete data.
Oh man. Okay. Y'all be good.
there are only 10 types of people.
Uh-oh.
Those who understand binary and those who don't.
Yeah, and that one too.
All right.
Okay, so do y'all think this is a good recurrent theme every 6 to 8 weeks?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think we have fun doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, I recently, I should have been doing this all along. I recently just made just a list of all of my topics by date, just to largely to figure out when it was okay to repeat topics, because a lot of them really are good for repeating, things like yarns and tools and that sort of thing. And then I think the dad jokes are lots of fun. I enjoy them. And it's my channel, so that's the important part. So
All right. I'll see y'all later.
okay, I'm glad you were here, Leanne.
Bye.
Okay.
Julie, have you heard about the restaurant on the moon? Great food, no atmosphere.
That's cute. That's cute. Actually, we have been on longer than we usually are on Tuesdays. We don't have to go to Brenda at 3 o'clock as we usually do, because Brenda no longer has her 3 o'clock live streams every Tuesday. So, do y'all want to stick around, or shall we call it a day?
Well, sure, we're having a good time, I think.
Oh, Pamela says she needs a laugh. Oh, uh-oh, Pamela. I take that as a challenge. Okay, let me scroll through. Actually, I highly recommend this Instagram page. It's called Dad Says Jokes. It's all one word. Let's see. Who hides in the bathroom at parties? The party pooper. Ha, ha, ha. No.
Sax and violins.
Hmm. So, yeah. Do you know, Julie, you set me off thinking of all the orchestra works that have saxophone, which are mostly from the Gershwin era on. So, because before then, saxophones were really not in traditional orchestras, but nobody cares because I'm just rabbiting on.
Well, it's interesting to me.
The salesman at the furniture store told me this sofa will seat 5 people without any problems. I said, where the hell am I going to find 5 people without any problems? No. You know, it's funny. I'm scrolling through these and I'm going, okay, no. Okay, that's no. Oh no, I can't say that. No. My wife just stopped and said, you weren't even listening, were you? I thought that's a pretty weird way to start a conversation. Julie, that's funny. How do you organize a space party? Planet. Okay, here's one. If you got 5 lemons in one hand and 3 oranges in the other hand, what do you have? You've got really big hands. Oh, dear Lord. I've asked so many people what LGBTQ stands for. So far, no one's given me a straight answer. I can say that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, not everybody else can. Hey, Katrina. Glad to see you, Katrina.
Hi, Katrina.
Hey, Katrina, you want to come up? We're telling dad jokes. Okay, I can't say that either. Did you hear about the 3 holes filled with water? No? Well. I've just applied for a job in a salad packing factory. The hours are terrible, but apparently the salary is good. Yes, Julie.
Suffering. Hey, Katrina, I'm organizing my yarn room. Look what I got.
My wife blocked me on Facebook because I post too many bird puns. Well, two can play at that game.
Yarn haul. Woohoo!
Yarn haul. Oh.
Finally broke down and bought one of those Lion brand mystery boxes. They were on sale, but with the exchange and the shipping to Canada, it works out to about retail.
I
It's
have
still like the
mixed
mystery
feelings
part.
about mystery boxes. Sometimes I get stuff that I like, and sometimes I don't. Now, from Lion Brand, I did get a Santa sack, and I really liked everything that was in the Santa sack, but I don't remember what it was now. But I just liked that. Julie, I did see Bod's latest giveaway. It's amazing.
$750 worth of yarn. That hank that she bought for $250. Like, what the heck?
I know. Oh my God. But you know,
I win that, I'll probably frame it or something.
if I won that, whatever I made with it, I would not part with it. I mean, I have yarns that whatever I make with it, I am not parting
Yeah,
with
that's
it,
what I
no
was
matter
saying.
what. I mean, I have some. Yeah, the cashmere hank, that Julie, that's the one that was like $250, and it was actually beautiful. The colors were
Oh
just
my God,
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
She also showed a hand dyed hank that she herself had done that I liked the colors there. I have to say I sort of fell asleep in the middle of the video and didn't see all of it, but because there was so much stuff.
Yeah, well, she has a couple of hanks of hand-dyed yarn from Nova Scotia. Bring that sucker back to the Maritimes.
Well, I'm going,
It needs to come
coastal
home
North
to Atlantic
Carolina.
Canada.
Yeah.
No, it
No,
needs to come home to Atlantic Canada.
it'll be much cheaper for her to ship it to coastal North Carolina.
I don't
I'm
care. That
just
girl
saying.
wants to come home.
Yeah. Actually, honestly, Julie mentions her hand-dyed hank. Watching her videos of her and Mr. Bod just doing the hand-dyed stuff, as as amateurs with a sense of humor, really gave me courage. So that because I've
Yeah,
got some stuff that I want to dye that I just haven't yet, and I have one hand spun hank that is undyed that I've had for almost a year now that I've been afraid to do anything with because I didn't want to ruin it. So I am going to go and I'm going to find an undyed hank to practice, a cheaper undyed hank to practice with.
or cheap white.
Something that I can practice with. And then I will turn around and work on that other one. But I've looked at a number of videos, and there are a lot of different easy home techniques for hand dyeing for people who don't do.
Well, yeah, she used food coloring. Sometimes she used Kool-Aid crystals.
Yeah, I've seen other people using Kool-Aid, and I went out and I bought some packets of Kool-Aid not long ago. Because they're like 10 cents each anyway. Well, depending upon where you are, but the traditional Kool-Aid from our childhood that didn't have any kind of a sweetener or sugar or anything in them, and then your mom would mix them up in a pitcher and put in a ton of sugar, or however much sugar she wanted to, if you remember that.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, that was so. I need to get a practice hank or a practice something. Someone suggested to me that I go to the thrift shops and find some sort of a like a
White
small
or light gray.
child's or a small women's sweater in like 100% pure wool that I could either practice dye
Sorry,
as
sorry.
bless you, either practice dye as one piece or um, unravel and dye and use as yarn. I've seen videos about people who go to thrift shops, find nice um, knit or crochet garments, and then they harvest the yarn, and you can get a nice sweater from Goodwill for $4 or $6 or $8, and that's a lot better than buying nice yarn. But so they would harvest the yarn from those pieces that they would buy, and then they would make new things out of them. I haven't done that yet, but I think it's a very interesting idea. Pamela thinks that the old-fashioned Kool-Aid tasted like sweet water. It all tasted like sweet water. All of the flavorings were artificial, and the colorings were artificial too, and very, very strong. I mean, they say that whenever you're dyeing, you should wear like food prep gloves or any other kind of gloves that you have. You can get food prep gloves at the grocery store nowadays.
We used to dye our hair with Kool-Aid in the 80s.
Well, I never did that. I was Mr. Blow Dryer in the 80s. I had a lot more hair back then. And I know there are pictures on my Facebook of me back in the 80s, like perhaps from a Throwback Thursday or something. But or if you're a friend on Facebook and you just go into my photo gallery and scroll all the way back, you can find some very early pictures of me as Mr. Blow Dryer. I used to spend so much time on my hair, and I don't. Now, looking back, it all just seems a waste. Now, I don't even have anything for my hair. I don't even have a comb. I keep it so short that I can just, like, even if I have a bed head, and it's fine, you know? But it's actually, with age, it's gotten rather thin. So, that's the best way to keep it, because if it gets any longer than this, then it actually looks thinner than it looks when I keep it short. Hey, Franca! So glad to see you. Mi piace. Or mi felice? I don't know. It's been so long since I took Italian. So anyway, so Franca, we have been telling dad jokes, the kind of jokes that make you sort of cringe and sort of embarrassed that they made you laugh. Ah,
Sorry.
what's the difference between a poorly dressed man on a tricycle and a well-dressed man on a bicycle? A tire. Ah. Okay, that I can't tell. I'm done being a people pleaser. If everyone's okay with that.
I don't know, Julie. Most people say it's a packaging gimmick.
Actually, Julie, that's my impression as well on the Ogo yarn. It reminds me of those the bobbins that were popular a few months ago, and sort of um, passed into obscurity. That was pretty much well deserved, I think. Um, it just I don't see the point.
Oh, Yarn Geek just did a review, posted a review today.
What did she say about it?
Well, she likes how it's easy to color control, but other than that, yeah, like for the price, she wouldn't buy it again at that price. She would only buy it on sale.
Yeah, I've seen other reviewers say the same thing.
It's you pay for the packaging. It's.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm
Well,
paying for the packaging, it should have champagne with it.
plus it's takes so much more room, and there's no easy way to store it.
Julie likes cakes. Actually, I cakes are my favorite way to receive yarn. I have a spindle. Where is it? What did I do with it? I have a spindle. I will put the cake on a spindle and pull from the outside of the cake instead of the inside,
Yeah.
and we're all just happy as clams. I have, people preach this center pole business as dogma, regardless of whatever you're working with, and it just doesn't work for me. It causes me more pain than anything else. So I really like cakes that I can pull from the outside. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, I have one of those yarn valet things.
Mm-hmm. Franca would like to eat cake. So would I. I don't have the taste for sweets that I once had, but every now and then, a taste of something just wonderful would be great. Like a really, really nice Black Forest cake, or a really, really nice German chocolate cake,
Mhm.
or a really, really nice coconut cake. Mm. Before I sort of go off into a reverie, let me, I'm writing a book about reverse psychology. Please don't buy it.
You can't tell me what to do. Yeah, the German chocolate cake with that coconut caramel thing on top.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There was one. There are several that have come down through the generations in my family. There's one that my mother picked up. It didn't originate in our family. She might have gotten it from a church cookbook, but I loved it anyway. It was like a pound cake, except it included graham flour, so it had a little bit of heartiness there. It also had those jelly orange slices that you can get, those candy
Mm.
orange slices, had some of those chopped up in the cake.
Oh.
Um, had dates and nuts and other things in it, and then the glaze was made with like um, frozen orange juice concentrate and I don't know what else. And then you would pour the glaze over it, and then you would let it sit and season for a while. So you would, ideally, you would make it like Thanksgiving weekend, maybe on Black Friday or the day after, and then pull it out just before Christmas, where all of that stuff would have seasoned all that time, and hopefully it wouldn't have molded or anything, but it shouldn't have. But
That's what they do with traditional fruitcake. They have to make it like 3 months in advance
mm-hmm,
and keep
exactly.
pouring brandy in it.
Actually, it would, well, since this was a church cookbook, it was probably the recipe had probably been bowdlerized. It would not surprise me if the original recipe did include um, brandy or whiskey or some kind of orange liqueur. But gosh, I haven't had that in years and years and years. My first year in New York, after I moved there, my parents were still in South Florida. My sister was in Raleigh at the time, so we were all going to meet up in Raleigh. So I flew to Raleigh. My parents drove up from South Florida. They were living there because my dad had been transferred there, and it was just a few years before he retired. Um, and my mother told the story. She had made one of those orange slice cakes for me specifically, and like 2 hours into the trip, she realized she had left it at home,
Oh.
and she had to pull over because she was in tears about that. And at that time, it was probably a gift that she had left it behind because I was, at that time, I mean, it comes and goes, but at that time, I was trying to resist recreational sugar. I would have eaten the whole thing. But that is also how much for a Southern mother, well, not just Southern mothers, but for so many mothers, food is love.
Yeah.
Pamela loves fruit cake. I like the old-fashioned fruit cakes that people rail on all the time. I really do, and I don't know. I mean, actually, I don't care what they think. I like them. I in small doses because they are very sweet. But the old ones, like the Mason bricks that you used to get, um, Julie is surprised that I mentioned orange liqueur for fruitcake. Not sure I understand why. Um, Bronca was in hospital for her 50th birthday, and they made her a German Black Forest cake. I think that's lovely. See, I cannot eat sweets like I used to. I said before, when I was young, I could eat like a pound of cookies at a time. But the cookies that I was getting were the cheap supermarket kind that were all filler and sugar and stuff. Ah,
I'm back.
welcome back.
Tapped on the wrong thing.
Julie is saying that most people associate fruitcake with brandy. I'm okay with that. Brandy is some potent stuff. I could do with a little bit of brandy. But do you know we have a fruitcake that's been sitting in the refrigerator for about 14 years now? Perhaps I exaggerate, but maybe I'll take it out. Take a few slices, soak them in like brandy or orange liqueur or something, toast them, put a little bit of butter on them. How good would that be?
Oh my god, that sounds heavenly.
Oh gosh, that sounds decadent, doesn't it? We always come back to food, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I,
that's
I
a great
you know,
time.
just yesterday I was talking with a fellow, someone I approached for to interview for my Monday Men series. He wasn't sure that his English was good enough because he's a very talented crocheter and knitter. He's a young student. He's in Mexico. He did very well in our conversation, but it was just a preliminary conversation to see, basically to see how comfortable he felt doing it, because I would have gladly moved forward with it. But we wound up talking about food, and he was telling me about foods in his region of Mexico. And we think of Mexico as being one big thing, but there's so many
Yeah, no.
different regional varieties in food, in terrain, in agriculture, in I mean, it's such a huge place. And he was telling me about stuff in his particular region. And apparently, there are a lot of sweets that are associated with his region. And he was describing them to me. And I was describing coastal North Carolina food to him, which has a lot of pork and some more pork, and then there was pork, um, but there were also peanuts. Yeah. Yeah, Julie, yeah, Mexico is just like the US with foodie regions, and people don't always realize that. What we think of Mexican food most of the time is really what they would call Tex Mex food. And there are so many different regional varieties. I've seen some uh, videos because I love food. Well, I love food, period. But I love food videos where they go around and taste regional
Yeah.
things. And there's this one. Oh, I wish I could remember the name of the channel. I think it's like Five Mexican Guys or something like that, where they go around Mexico and taste different Mexican regional things. Um, oh, Pamela, you were in Asheville. Did you know that Asheville is known as a destination site if you're looking for arts and crafts communities? And it's also known as one of the best small cities in America for LGBT people. Um, I would not mind living in the Asheville area because it is so bleeding beautiful. If I were on Lisa's live stream, I could not say bleeding because it means something more severe over there. But, but, you know, it's so beautiful up there. Anyway, another dad joke. Ah! No, I can't do that. No. Oh, that's awful. What did Jay-Z call his wife before they got married? Fiance. Moving right along. What do you call a sick eagle? Ill eagle. I went to a bookstore and saw a book titled How to Solve 50% of Your Problems. I bought two. Julie agrees that Asheville is beautiful. Ah. So the therapist says, "What brings the two of you in here today?" My wife says, "It's impossible to live with him. He's too literal." I say, "My truck."
I have to think about that one.
No, it's not worth it.
What did the meatball tell the spaghetti to close its eyes and go to sleep? It was past the bedtime.
Jeannie says, "I shall grant you 3 wishes." And me, I wish for a world without lawyers. The genie says, "Done. You have no more wishes." And I said, "But you said 3. The genie said, "So sue me."
Them genies with them loopholes.
Damn genies. Why did the dad joke cross the road? To get to the other side.
Oh.
What cheese is made backwards? Eat 'em. Franca says, "What is black and white?" Okay, where to go? What is black and white and red all over? A nun with a suntan. The waitress said, "How did you find your steak?" I said, "I just looked beside the potatoes and there it was." My wife accused me of stealing her thesaurus. Not only was I shocked, I was also aghast, appalled, and dismayed. Oh no. What's the difference between black-eyed peas and chickpeas? Black-eyed peas can sing us a song, but chickpeas can only hum us one. My wife just found out I replaced her waterbed with a trampoline. She hit the roof. I've recently started a dating app for chickens. It's not my normal day job. It's just to make hens meet.
Woke up the other day with a puzzled look on my face. I fell asleep on my crossword.
Ah! Why do cow milking stools only have 3 legs? Because the cow has the udder.
Oh God.
I was arrested yesterday after the neighbors complained about me playing Engelbert Humperdinck records all night long. Police released me, let me go. If I had said it better, it would have been funny. Please release me and let me go. Anyway, never mind. People call me self-centered, but that's enough about them. Amal and Juan are identical twins. Their mom only carries one baby photo in her wallet. Because once you've seen Juan, you've seen Amal. I didn't say they'd be good.
You only said it'd be dad jokes.
There are some fun ones in the chat. My grandma is 80% Irish. People call her Iris. Hey, Doris. Hey, wannabe. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm missing people who come into the room because
No, I just frogged something.
I'm a bad host. Anyway. Okay. Moving right along. Oh dear. What do you call a typo on a headstone?
Grave mistake.
Exactly.
I didn't know it ahead of time. I just figured it out.
Exactly.
That's a pigment of your imagination. Furl hooks, you lucky duck.
Oh, lucky you, Katrina. You're going to send them to me, right? Actually, I have 2 furls hooks, and I like them. I don't like them enough to pay furls prices for more. I like that one, Doris. A boy asked his Bitcoin investing dad for 1 Bitcoin for his birthday. The dad said, "What? $15,554? $14,354 is a lot of money. What do you need $16,784 for? Anyway." It probably works better when you read it.
Because you gotta keep track of those long numbers.
Yeah.
Sophisticated.
I like that, Doris.
Oh yay, yarn haul videos.
They always make me want to buy more yarn.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I know. My wife said, "You really have no sense of direction, do you?" I said, "Where did that come from?" Ah! I love eye jokes. The cornea, the better.
You never see them coming. That works too.
I like that one, Doris. I thought the dryer was shrinking my clothes. Turns out it was the refrigerator all along.
Oh, that evil refrigerator.
It's too true.
Mind you, the freezer is pretty bad as well. All that ice cream.
Mm. Poop jokes are not my favorite kind of joke, but they're a solid number 2.
Oh God, no.
Yeah! This is so old and so bad. I took a job as the head of Old McDonald's farm. I'm the CIEIO.
Julie, at Christmas time, there's nothing I love more than sitting in front of a warm fire, mulled wine in hand, singing Christmas songs until I slowly fall asleep. Maybe that's why I'm no longer a fireman. Oh, look, David. Doris is training a puppy.
Oh my goodness.
Puppy!
We are getting one. I know I've said this before. The one that I pictured in my Instagram, he is coming to us as soon as he is done with his heartworm treatment, but we don't know when that will be. It should be soon because it's been a month, it seems like.
Yeah.
But let me get that picture of him. Because he's so cute. He's just so darn cute. Come on. Okay, there. Oops. Let's see. Can you
Left
see
is
that?
right. Left is right.
Left. Okay, there we go.
Oh, so cute.
He's a 10-year-old Cocker Spaniel.
Oh, look at the big floppy ears.
So, and when I posted this, I was saying that he's been called Jax for 10 years. So we're not going to change his name, of course, but there will be nicknames. I don't like the name Jax, Jax, myself. But, I can't change the past. If I could, I'd be changing my own, believe you me. But he is cute. So, 2 things I need to learn to do. One is keep stuff off of the floor. And another is keep stuff off of the floor. So he's 10 years old. Someone actually, in response to either that photo or another photo of him, told me of having had a Cocker Spaniel for 18 years. That is very old for any dog. So I'm hoping we have a few more years with him. And then we might get a kitten too, because my sister really wants a kitten. Oh, that's cute, Doris. Okay, let me go back to the gadgets for a sec. Oh gosh. I have to scroll through so
God,
many
this
because
is
I
gonna
don't.
take me months. Excuse me.
I'm bless you.
Fibers flying everywhere.
I'm trying to organize a hide and seek tournament, but good players are really hard to find.
Well, yeah, because if they were easy to find, they wouldn't be good players.
That doesn't sound good. Actually, I have a lot of seasonal allergies, so it's like I take Sudafed every day.
Holy moly. That scrap blanket that I've started ages ago.
Mm.
It's all kind of funky colors.
I like funky colors. That's what I'm doing with the scrap blanket that I have going on. I've forgotten where it is. There it is. And I just keep adding to it as I get more yarn, more leftover yarn of the same weight. Do they allow loud laughing in Hawaii, or just so low? Ha.
Ooh. What am I going to do with that? Um, oh my god. This is a pile of doodah. Excuse me.
Oh,
No,
it's
I'm not
easy.
enjoying this.
Somebody broke into my house and only stole my coffee, my lamp, and my parrot. I don't know how they sleep at night.
Hey, Rita!
Hey, Rita. Wannabe, I usually don't do anybody's any kind of along because I could just never keep up with it. But tell me
You
more
sign
about
up
Bonnie
for it?
Bay's. I'm a big fan of Bonnie Bay.
Yep. Just frogging stuff that I'm not going to finish. Balling it up. Not yet. But, you know, the day's young. Or the week or however long it's going to take me to do this.
Does anyone want a pack of dead batteries? Free of charge. Yeah, some of these jokes I'm not gonna share.
Didn't realize how much of this comfy cotton blend I had. Keep finding stuff.
I dreamed about drowning in an ocean made out of orange soda last night. Took me a while to work out that it was just a fantasy. Did that one bring you to tears, Frenchie?
If something's bringing me to tears, I don't think it's your jokes, though.
It wouldn't surprise me because they're so bad.
Oh, in a cake. Come on.
Franca, I might share some of the rude ones on a special members only live, but not for general publication. Because believe me, I can be plenty rude. I should do that actually. Maybe I'd get attendance at a members only live that way. You give me an idea, Franca. My grandfather was always terrible until I had my first child. No, he's a great grandfather.
Oh, crap. Oops, sorry. Oh. Hang on. Made a big mess. Holy crap.
I grilled a chicken for 2 hours. It still wouldn't tell me why it crossed the road.
Okay, this is scary. I pull on one thing and 10 things fall apart.
That sounds interesting. Speaking of rude things.
It's gonna go there. I swear I have like
My
balls
wife, my wife says I'm the cheapest person she's ever met. I'm not buying it.
Want to see a horror story?
Oh dear me. How many different yarns is that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7. Oh boy.
What kind of doctor is Dr. Pepper? A physician.
Oh, that one wasn't so bad. Okay.
Okay. Now I'm getting a lot of jokes as I scroll through. I'm getting a lot of repeats here. in this. A really great Instagram page. They have no idea that I'm doing this, but it's called Dad Says Jokes, and it's funny.
Why don't eggs
They
tell
crack
jokes?
each other up. Oh, that's cute. Yeah. Anyway, we have been going for over 2 hours. Who'd have thought
No.
it? So it's time for me to find something edible. Well, no, not quite, because it's only 4:11. But it's time to start thinking about something. Actually, I have leftovers from lunch right beside me, so I should probably just zap those, because I'm always down for eating. But anyway, yeah, we've been at this for over 2 hours. Who'd have thought it?
Wow.
I do miss having Brenda at 3 o'clock because we all love Brenda. And if you don't, there's something wrong with you. But I think we're going to call it a day right now. And I want to thank everybody for joining me.
No problem. It was nice
I
having
will
company
just-
while I do my cleaning.
Well, yes, exactly. Thank you for
It's a
coming
lot less
out.
boring.
But yeah, I'll just end with my standard, YouTube spiel. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, all the standard YouTube crap, and do keep coming back. And thank you for
Always.
everybody who supports me in any way. It's always lovely. I will see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock Eastern.
Alrighty.
Okay, bye-bye now.
Thank you for having me.
And there we go.